Okay, so in the UK, around year 10, I believe, which is about a year ago for me, we have to do an English speaking presentation for our GCSE, which we talk about a topic that we're interested in. And for that, I chose fragrances. So in this video, I'm going to go through my entire English speaking GCSE fragrance presentation. The first slide, obviously, is just fragrances, which I actually don't have any of these, apart from these two, Spice from Extreme and Strongly Intensely. I have the absolute version of that, which you can probably see behind me in the face cam. So next slide is about the concentration of the perfumes. So we've got Eau Fraiche, if that's how you pronounce it, which is 1 to 3 perfume alcohol, which is basically a really bad fragrance. Eau de Cologne, again, sort of bad, not as well as Eau Fraiche. Just doesn't last long at all. Eau de Toilette is kind of normal. I have an Eau de Toilette fragrance, in fact I'll go get it. Polo 67 is a good example of an Eau de Toilette fragrance for me. Then you've got Eau de Parfum, which I have mostly in my collection, such as Bleu de Chanel, which is my favourite Eau de Parfum in my collection. Then you've got a straight parfum, what's it, Cadillac Island, I've got it the wrong way around. This smells amazing, and it just means they last really long. So, yeah, the rest is filled with denatured ethanols. Yeah, basically the rest is filled with alcohol. Let's put these fragrances aside for a second. Next slide, production, so how they're made. Okay, so first, the perfumers get a stimulus, so the brand will tell the perfumers, like, I want something. It's like Sauvage, say, they told them they want something inspired by the Wild West. So the perfumer will mix loads of different perfume oils, like 5 to 10 different samples. Yeah, they'll make multiple different fragrances for multiple different scent profiles. They'll send it to the brand and they can choose between the 5 oil concentrations. The brand will test all the fragrances and choose which one they like the most, and then they'll publish it. The perfumer obviously gets paid one large sum of money, so obviously for fragrances like Chanel, I can imagine it'll be huge, like a couple million. Or for like ones like Cadillac, like here, which are cheaper fragrances, they probably pay, I don't know how much, maybe 10,000, I don't know, maybe less than that. Yeah, the brand makes huge profit per sale. So for example, I'll take Bleu de Chanel. I actually did a calculation on this video on TikTok, YouTube and Instagram. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, then you can see it on YouTube Shorts. This costs about £7 to make, and obviously I paid £118 for this, which is stupid. Next slide. Designer perfume brands. So this is designer versus niche, which is on the next slide. So designer perfume brands is one that we all know. So like Dior, Chanel, Versace, Valentino, Armani, all of which I have one fragrance from. They're a lot cheaper. I say a lot cheaper. They're like £80. They can be like £60 to, I don't know, anywhere but 120. A lot cheaper than niches though, but obviously they're still expensive. They're a lot easier to like. Obviously they fit literally everyone's taste. They're made so that people like them. They're very easy to get your hands on. So if you go to the fragrance shop, it's just filled with designers. So there's basically no niche there. Designer perfumes are Designer perfume brands are different to niche brands. I can't speak. Niche perfume brands. These are brands that only make perfumes. Herbe Pure, Montal, Angel Share. Listed here. Creed, Parfums de Marly, Xerjoff, Mancera, Montal. They're much more expensive. Obviously, Mancera and Montal are maybe £120. Otherwise, like Herbe Pure, not Herbe Pure, that's the make. Xerjoff and Parfums de Marly will charge upwards of £300, maybe £200 if it's really cheap. They're a lot harder to like, so they're tailored for specific niche tastes. Some of them are really nice, but niche is really overrated, especially for like loads of money. You don't really want it. They're a lot harder to get your hands on, so only in huge shops like Selfridges in Birmingham, Manchester, or Harrods in London, or like any other places like Dubai malls or stuff, you know, typical big posh places. Fragrance notes. Okay, so the majority of fragrances have 3 types of notes. There's the top notes, the middle notes, and the base notes. Top notes is when you first spray a fragrance out the atomizer. So like, if I did this, that's the top notes I can smell right now. If I did that in 10 minutes, I'd be able to smell the middle notes. And if I did that in an hour, it'd be the base notes. So top notes is typically like citruses, sort of. Middle notes is more like fruity, you know, I don't know. Base notes is like darker scents, like the darker scent profile. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Anyway, fragrance notes, the second slide. So there's lots of fragrance types. Obviously, there's way too many to list. There's like stupid amount. There must be nearly 200 surely. Floral notes like rose, lavender, lavender and a lot of Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances, which are behind me because I have loads of them because I don't know, I love them. They're extracted through steam distillation, solvent extraction, enfleurage or cold pressing. Way too scientific for me. I hate science. I can't do it. Fruits like lemon or bergamot extracted through cold pressing and solvent extraction. If I was to do it, I'd probably just squeeze the lemon and hope the juice will come out. Wood, oud or sandalwood. Oud is really expensive to get, by the way. The way you get oud, I'll explain it quickly. You have to get a type of tree, agar wood tree, in Southwest Asia. No, Southeast Asia, not West. And you have to infect it with a certain virus, wait about 30 years, No, you have to extract the sap from it first, and then wait 30 years while it matures, and then you have oud. That's why it's so expensive. Yeah, sandalwood and stuff, which is a lot cheaper. Extracted through steam distillation and CO2 extraction. Again, don't know what that is. Just on here for research. They're just 3 of the main 7 fragrance note families: floral, citrus, oriental, which is like Asian, like it's, I don't know, like rose and oud sort of smells. Woody smells, fougere or fern, just green smelling fragrances like green extravaganza, which is behind me. Cypress fragrances, it's like an animalic sort of fragrance, like YSL chorus, if that was like trending in the 1980s. Most people probably know that. And gourmand fragrances, which are like food like fragrances. Obviously, my English teacher suggested this. Why do you want to go around smelling like chips? Typically it's like coffee sort of smells, or even that's a bad smell. I don't want to smell like coffee breath. You know what I mean? Just like nice food, like on the hot chocolates, for example. The geography of fragrances, where they're produced. There's no real limit to where they can be produced. They can be produced in like the Vatican City if you really wanted, or in anywhere, absolutely anywhere. Typically, though, they're produced in these sort of HIC European countries like France or Italy are the main ones. Although Saudi Arabia used to produce all the perfumes. So France has brands like Dior, YSL, Parfums de Marly, Hermes, Maison Francis, Kurkdjian, Chanel, Givenchy, Kilian, Creed, Lanceri. French fragrances are always good. You can't really say they're pretty bad. Apart from Givenchy, I'm not too keen on their stuff. Italy, again, really good stuff. Acqua di Parma, Armani, Valentino, Zerjoff. I'm not going to list them all. Again, really good. Obviously, they can make bad ones. UK has brands like Creed and Penhaligon's. Creed is also crossed with a French brand. I don't know if it's on here. Yeah, Creed is also there. Creed is half French, half English, like the Concorde plane. Penhaligon as well, which is a pretty good fragrance, which is like really old now. USA has brands like Tom Ford, Ralph Lauren, and Bond No. 9. Ralph Lauren is a really good fragrance. No, not that's the brand. Polo 67 is a really good fragrance. Amazing. And Saudi Arabia has dupe brands like Latafa, Amouage, and Armaf, and Kadlaj, which, thank you Kadlaj for sending me your fragrances. Anyway, my collection. Oh, look how empty it looks. I still have a lot, obviously, compared to a normal human, but compared to what it is now, that's crazy. I had no La Mer Parfum, no Dior Sauvage. What else am I missing? What's it called? Paradise Garden I'm missing. Le Beau Eau de Toilette I'm missing. I don't actually know what else. Must be something else. Oh, on that shelf there. Missing all the fragrance, all the 4 that Kadlaj sent to me, and a few Latafas. I have 31 fragrances. Now I have 41. Okay, this is most expensive to least expensive, cheapest, most expensive. I'd actually say Bleu de Chanel is more expensive than Mancera Oud Vanille, which is right here. Then we have questions. So this is where the teacher asks me questions, or anyone in the class asks me questions. As far as I know, I got a level 2 distinction on this, which is pretty good. So that's all you need to see. Thank you for watching.